This is InfoFrag, and today we're talking about annoying gaming habits.
All right, like Bobby so eloquently put it. Like Bobby so eloquently put, this week we're going to talk about annoying gaming things just in general. Things that I'm going to talk about things that developers do that are annoying, and just they're going to talk about some just things that piss you off as a gamer in general. And also, I'd like to say we're going to starting next week, we're going to have a video sometime in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around there. And it's going to be probably shorter, and it'll be anything. We're maybe going to upload some videos of us doing gameplay, maybe some album or game reviews,
maybe
or
we'll eat mashed
some
potatoes.
We might eat mashed potatoes. Might be totally friggin' stupid, just whatever we feel like. But point is,
we play
2 videos a week, and things like that. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. Things that piss us off as gamers.
I'm going to say the obvious with hacking and cheating and all that other stuff. Counter-Strike, haha. Other than that, lag.
See, lag?
Lag is awful. Well, every gamer's worst nightmare.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know anybody who's like, I love it when I lag and I'm dead. No, but about the hacking and cheating thing, that's like that always blows my mind because if you're not, I mean, I sort of get it on a competitive level because there's money on the line. It's still scummy, but like people who just hack normal games,
yeah,
you're pathetic.
Yeah.
Like seriously, there's.
I mean, it becomes more excusable when the game is a few years old. Like I know in like Gears of War, like they cheat the crap out of it.
It's just like doing like the what's it called, kung fu backflips.
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
whatnot.
like when the game first comes out and like people are cheating.
Yeah,
all
when
over the place,
you're playing on like player matches where it isn't competitive. And 2, you're just ruining the experience for everyone else, just so you can like get a bunch of kills, and you're like, haha, this doesn't matter at all.
A lot of these people, like it kind of goes the same thing with like a lot, you know, like swatting and like DDoS and all that stuff.
Swatting.
You haven't heard of swatting?
DDoS.
You haven't? Neither of you heard of swatting?
No.
All right. There's this thing. It's kind of a trend now, and it's probably one of the shittiest things you can do. Period. Is people who are watching like Twitch streamers.
Okay.
They call SWAT teams on
I'm
them.
sorry. Yeah. I thought you were talking like some like hacking or something like that.
They make a fake police call saying that there's like a hostage situation at the Twitch streamer's address, and then the SWAT team shows up, points guns at their head and stuff, and yeah.
And
and it's literally just
oh
like
gosh.
it's just how these people kind of get their rocks off, like, and the same thing with DDoS. DDoS, what?
They get their what off?
Their rocks off.
Okay.
There's a 12-year-old. There's a 12-year-old kid.
Okay.
There's a 12-year-old kid who swatted someone and like went to jail for like 25 years.
As
I
he
have
should.
never heard of it.
Yeah,
As he should.
That's just wicked.
And then DDoS, which is direct denial of service, something like that. Basically, there's this. It's a virus that goes to different computers. It creates this big botnet, and then what people can do is they use this botnet to flood servers using all of the infected computers, and it slows down everything to a grinding halt. Basically,
You're cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
thanks.
Seriously,
cool.
no, they literally just kill everyone's gaming experience for basically no reason because they think it's
Sweet.
funny.
Well,
So,
if you're a
that's
gamer,
really irritating.
don't do that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, watch this is gonna happen to us now.
Yeah,
I
right.
doubt it.
Here's our
There's gonna be
address.
like the 10 people who watch this are gonna swat us. All right. So something I would like to talk about. This is more from a developer thing. I don't get why people do this. This has to do. I'm gonna talk about marketing. There's 3 different things that I hate that developers do when it comes to marketing, and I don't know. It's not the developer, the publisher, whoever. The first thing is overhyping, as you also have on your list. Overhyping
Titanfall
is such a huge, like now overhyping is such a huge problem. It was never like this before.
GTA 5 on PC.
But all right, that's different because GTA 5 is already out on next gen and everything, and we know it's great. So like we're just waiting for the port. But like Destiny, The Order, the
Titanfall.
Titanfall.
No,
not as
Titanfall
extreme.
was definitely overhyped.
No, what's the?
I could
Watch
make an argument
Dogs.
that
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs was like the game that
way
started
overhyped.
all of this.
Kinda
Like,
was.
because
Kinda
it was
was.
like the E3 footage of Watch Dogs, everyone was like pooping themselves and like, this looks so amazing.
You can hack stuff on the go.
They hyped the bejesus out of that game, and then it came out and it was really disappointing. And everyone's like,
I got 47 hours out of it though.
That's cool.
Okay, well that's
no, I mean
a decent amount.
I heard.
Of
all right,
hours.
yeah. Let me clarify. You know, it wasn't a terrible game by any means. It was just it's like it was like a 7 out of 10
compared to
game.
Shadow of Mordor though, which released like you only found out about the week before it released, and it was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
It's like
almost zero.
It's
hype
like
for
the
that
developers have to like justify spending a buttload of money or whatever on their game. It's ridiculous.
And it's just so disappointing because I mean the same thing happened with Destiny, and I kind of fell in with that where I was like, oh yeah, Destiny is gonna be sweet, this new experience and everything, and everyone was hoping it to be this like next gen gaming experience, and it was not. And there's another thing in Destiny I'd like to talk about later, but I'll get to that. The other two things with marketing is zero marketing, like as going back to kind of Shadow of Mordor, which
but that was okay though.
It was fine, but like some games that I feel deserve. And a lot of times it's just because they don't. It's because
a little bit of a hype.
Sometimes they don't have any money, I guess. But
it can come back and bite you.
But then the other thing is just marketing a game, but in the totally wrong way. And this is something that I was talking to you about. Me and Eric are big fans of the Dead or Alive fighting franchise, and Team Ninja and Tecmo, they market this game in the worst possible way because it is a fantastic fighting game. Like, it's complex, it's fast, it's got a triangle system, everything's counterable, and everything, has a way to get out of everything. But then all the freaking company does is focus on this over-sexualization of the characters, which every fighter, period, pretty much has that. But Dead or Alive just shoves it in your face. And I'm like, man, this game could be taken so seriously because it is a great fighter, but these guys just tank it into the ground with these bad marketing.
They do that every time I'm talking to someone about DOA. They're like, oh, you only like that game because of the females and the physics and whatnot. I was like, how about it's just a really good fighter?
Everybody,
really good.
Everybody who says that hasn't played the game. They've only seen it on the surface, and it's not their fault. That is without a doubt the developer and the publisher's fault for portraying it in that light.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's one of my big gripes.
Hey, I thought we were not gonna just.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
You.
I just aggressively looked at you.
Well, no, I do have something I want to talk about.
How do you feel about that, the marketing thing, or do you not want to talk about that?
The marketing?
Yeah.
Of DOA specifically?
Just anything I just said. Do you have any opinions?
I like expressed my.
Do you like our opinions?
I like your opinions.
Thanks.
No, you're dumb.
But one habit that I don't like is button mashing so loud, button mashing in particular, but so loud it sounds like you have the stupid controller next to your headset. Don't do that. Like, oh my gosh.
Me?
Like, it sounds like you're just like
this is just
what are you talking
this
about?
just happened last night. Listening to you play Dead or Alive over chat is hysterical.
Well,
the buttons are just like
well, now listen, because when I play, I'm sitting back. My microphone is right here, and my hands are like this, so it is right next to the microphone. I mean, if it bothers you that much, you should be like, "Hey, dude, sit up straight and don't play with your microphone next to your."
It's not that big of an issue. I just figured I'd point it out from him.
Even and some people online that are just kind of like screaming at their parents or screaming at their
the 12-year-old kids.
Oh my god!
Don't do that. Don't do that either.
This
Mom, I'm playing a game. I can't pause it.
Dude,
I can't pause. Mom. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. And then his mom shuts the Xbox off, and then
they disconnect.
He has left the game.
This falls into. This has nothing to do with developers or anything. This falls into just terrible parents.
Yeah.
If a game is rated M,
don't let your 12-year-old son play
for your 12-year-old son, or your 9-year-old son, or your 6-year-old son. Like, I swear to God, I've been playing these games online, and there will be people who are like 8 years old playing these damn games.
Guys, watch the Tourette's. There's Tourette's around the corner.
That's a good story. There's a little kid on Killzone.
Tourette's, just so you know, not Tourette's. Tourette's is
it's something you don't want.
A disease?
You don't want Tourette's. You want turrets.
They're not guns.
It'd be funny.
I have
if there
Tourette's.
were Tourette's guns.
What if there was
deadly machine
guns? Turrets. So
they're
like
awesome.
And you're shooting bullets at their fingers.
They're just
shooting
flipping around everywhere. Just every bullet comes out with a curse.
That's terrible. So keeping it rolling, I say if you've ever played Killzone, some of the mechanics are you can't run through your own teammates. So if someone walks in front of you, and you have a grenade cooked, and you toss it, and they walk in front of you, it hits the back of their head and then kills you, and you're on an 11 kill streak, and you just want to throw your controller across the room.
The grenade thing happens in a lot of shooters, actually, too.
Yeah, developers need to change that.
See, how Eric views this as a negative, I love that kind of stuff because I think it's just part of the experience. It's like, I blew myself up and I'm laughing. I'm not like Eric where I'm like,
I know.
I was doing really good. I was on like an 11 kill streak and then
who cares?
I died.
It's a game.
I care. Oh, well.
Okay, plus,
that kind of stuff makes me laugh.
The doorways in that game are only one person wide.
As
so
most
people
doorways
like
in real life are.
No, but they're big, but like if you stand in the middle of it, no one can get past you. People just troll like that. They spawn and they stand right there.
That's why
then you can't do anything.
It's so annoying.
There should be things addressed like you can maybe I don't know because I was gonna say
make friendlies less tangible. So you just go right through.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But then that also kind of takes you out of the immersion of games, and it's like I just walked through that guy.
That's fine.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, if you're talking about competitive gaming, I know Killzone isn't a competitive game per se, but like if I want to do really good and I get stopped because I'm throwing a grenade at my teammate or I can't move through him, that really bugs me.
I get you.
So like people camping in the doorways.
Get out of here, trolls. No trolls allowed.
No trolls. Another thing with Killzone is the melee animation. Oh, when you're running through someone, and you're like, but when you're running through someone, and I'll post a clip of this.
Are we just gonna call the video Killzone Gripes?
Yeah,
Eric's Killzone Gripes.
And you try and hit someone, and you do, but it goes to this long melee animation, then you get shot while you're doing it.
See, and once again, as he views this as a negative,
we could do melee in general is sometimes really bad in games.
It's just all right.
Commando Pro, whatever that was. I forgot what it was called.
That was atrocious. That whole game was atrocious. But the like I said, as you view this as a negative, this is a gameplay choice from a developer standpoint. Where in Killzone, you're not supposed to just be running around, bashing people with your gun. It's not that kind of game. It's slower. It's more deliberately paced. So when you melee kill somebody, you're gonna get the instant kill, but you're putting yourself in that situation where you're vulnerable, and that is something you have to think about. It's like it's not just like I knifed you in the ankle and I'm gonna sprint away and you're dead and that's it. So it's a different type of game.
I guess.
Yeah,
that is a developer's choice, but I feel like the developer should have chose wiser.
I agree with that.
It depends on the style of game. In Call of Duty that makes sense. In Killzone that wouldn't make sense.
I guess
because Killzone is just a heavier, slower game than Call of Duty is. It doesn't.
Much better.
Yeah, I'll agree on that.
Much better than Call of Duty.
But something. All right, another thing. Like, if we're gonna talk about developer things, replayability I feel is a big issue in games. A lot of games don't give you, especially in a lot of RPGs, like there are certain RPGs that do this really well, and there are certain ones that just kind of, just
Watch Dogs.
Play this game once, and then you're going to be mad you spent $60 on it.
Watch Dogs.
But, I feel that games that do this really well are games like Borderlands and...
have a lot of replayability.
Yeah, like games that do this correctly, like Borderlands... Dark Souls, anything in the Souls series.
You're basically saying the gamers want to get enough bang for their buck.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's got to have a lot of replayability.
I'm gonna say, look at it from the standpoint of, you have Borderlands. You beat the game, then it unlocks
a whole different
new game plus, where you carried over all of your gear and your stats and everything. But all the enemies ramped up to where you were.
And this probably isn't a hard thing for developers to add on
not.
Anyway.
It's not at all.
You just carry over your stuff. I'm sure it's not that hard. And most games could probably benefit from having a new game plus, and they don't.
Exactly. I feel like every game should have a new game plus for their story mode. And then what you should do is like how Borderlands did, where they ramped up the difficulty to where you were, Like, you know, if you beat the game at level 40 something, then you start the New Game Plus, all the enemies start out at your level and have equivalent gear. Everything is like, it's the same difficulty. So it's not stupid hard, but you don't reach that point where a lot of games reach where you are God, you know, like you just reach you reach the point in the game where you're like, I've beaten it, I've gotten everything, and everything dies in like 2 shots. I don't get hit at all. And it's boring then, you know? So, and that's something I really liked about Borderlands, and that's the Souls series. Every time you beat the Souls game, the New Game Plus carries over all your stuff, but the game gets harder literally every time you beat it. Like it's
Isn't it already really hard?
Yeah, but it incrementally gets harder as you beat it.
Well,
like
good.
The first time it's like twice as hard, and then I think it's like half a time as hard.
And being
each
able
time
to
after
find
that.
like collectibles and having all that stuff in there helps the replayability as well, not just having the enemy scale.
And the cool thing about the Souls games and Borderlands is there is new things for the.
Well, there's like almost they can't. There's not like infinite possibilities with Borderlands. I mean, the guns get old eventually if you've never played it, but like having all the different variants, it does make it seem a little bit newer every time you play it.
But what I mean is, and Dark Souls 2 did this really well, where their New Game Plus and so on. Like, in New Game Plus, you would find items and enemies and bosses would act differently that was not in the original playthrough.
And in Borderlands as well, they have the enemies actually, there are different variants when you go into the...
Exactly. Stuff like that, you know, that can't be that hard to implement. You know, you throw in a couple new dudes and just make sure everything scales, and bam, your game literally just gets twice as many hours out of it. Or you could do the really simple thing, put your damn game out on the PC and let the modders take over, and then you could just play it forever, you know, like how Eric and I still play Skyrim, because you can.
Yeah. That's great.
And then also...
Well, here, I got one.
Go ahead.
If you're things gamers hate, I'm pretty sure this could be a pretty unanimous thing, where a game will be released unfinished, and then DLC will be released so you can buy to finish the game, basically.
Or it's even worse when it's literally unfinished, like
Assassin's Creed.
The Unity, yeah. And then they release this massive patch like 2 weeks later that doesn't even fix it entirely.
Yep, we're gonna get to the point where they charge for patches.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, this game isn't finished.
It's like half
but
done.
If you want it to be finished,
for only 2 payments of $60, you can have the whole game.
Yeah.
As opposed to 1.
Well, this was my big gripe with Shadow of Mordor. I loved the game. I thought the game was great. The gameplay was fantastic. The combat was so satisfying. You know, stabbing the orcs and whatnot. But spoiler alert: if you didn't beat it, you don't kill Sauron at the end.
Well,
and
you really expect to?
I wanted to.
I didn't expect to.
But and then they're like, oh, here's your DLC. You can beat Sauron now. I'm like, come on, like really?
You it actually beat him though in it?
Yeah, it was just released not too long ago.
I saw it.
Yeah, I was Celebrimbor.
Yeah, it's Celebrimbor, not the main character. But that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. The stuff that does bother me is when the game is released and the DLC is released along with the game. Like, it's the game came out, like it's the day of release, and there is content on the store that you can immediately download unless it has like in the game.
Unless like skins or something.
No, well, no, even that. What happened to skins being unlockables?
Unlockable, yeah.
You know, or things like that.
Well, some are like, okay, I'm gonna use Killzone as an example here. You can get the stuff, or you could buy it.
That's
but,
fine
like,
too.
It would just be
That's
more
good.
Points
that's fine too.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That's way better. Warframe did that.
And a lot of
going
people
back
do that,
to going back to you know Bethesda, like Skyrim and Fallout. They're great. They do they do DLC like it's like old school, you know. It's like, all right, here's the game.
Yeah.
And then in a couple months or so, we are going to make a
another storyline,
whole huge thing, like a massive chunk of game that you can, you know, buy for like $15. And it's an expansion. It's not like I hate DLCs are stupid. I want expansions back.
Yeah.
They were the best.
Well, they should get rid of the season passes and just have like a whole nother thing. That's
season pass is dumb. I remember when that first came out with Battlefield. That was the first time I saw it. It was Battlefield 3, I think.
EA.
Yeah, EA. Good job, EA. And I was like, what the heck is this? Season pass?
It's like microtransactions where you buy your ammo.
Yeah.
Like you buy a box of ammo for your gun.
Thanks, EA. Thanks.
No, they've cleaned up a bit since, you know.
Yeah. Well, that was a kind of a decent gripe with DOA 5 last round, where I absolutely love it, but the costumes are mad expensive. It's like $3 for one costume. I'm not spending that. If you want to get all the costumes, it's $100. It's like 92 or something like that, but $100. And then if you want the season pass or something like that, it's still $100.
But it's all just aesthetics. I could really the aesthetics are
but
cool.
That's kind of
it's nothing.
A lot of the DLC of that game.
But they're not withholding. Like that's fine. They're not withholding gameplay. You know, they're not withholding chunks of the game. Yeah, which which I agree that I still believe. You know that things should be unlocks in games. But at the same time, you know, I understand from a marketing standpoint. The fact of the matter is that this is something that will go on forever until people stop buying it, and people will not stop buying it. Like, you know, you influence developers and publishers with your wallets. When you buy this stuff, they will keep doing it. Yeah. So for every single person who buys this stupid ass season pass for Battlefield, just means that EA is going to keep friggin' doing that. So if you want that to stop, literally everybody has to stop buying it. So
we have to work together as a team.
You know it's not going to happen.
We have to come together as one.
Anyway,
don't buy season passes.
I want to go back
Moral of the episode.
Going back to my whole replayability thing, this kind of goes into another point I want to talk about. Games with like difficulty settings in games. I hate being able to change difficulty in games. I feel that. Like, I love the way that, like I said, going back to Borderlands and the Souls series.
Oh, and like it automatically scales. Like scaling.
You start the game at the difficulty that the developer intended on it to be, and then you beat it, and then it scales up. And then you beat it, and it scales up.
Well, the enemies are constantly scaling anyway in Borderlands.
Yeah, exactly. And
you start just as low as the enemies,
that's
and then
how I feel,
you kind of grow with them.
That's how I feel, because, like, you know, whenever I play a game, the first time I play it, I always play it on normal, because I'm like, oh, so I'd imagine this is how they expect you to play it, because I want the experience as it's intended. I don't want some. And this is the gripe that I'm getting at is like I call it synthetic difficulty. I don't know what the actual term is for this, but where they're just like, okay, the game is harder now because everything does way more damage and has way more health. So you're gonna have to take about a half hour to kill a guy, and just cough Destiny. Like that's so frustrating.
Isn't that what the Souls is though? Like Dark Souls,
no,
like the Soul games,
not.
But it's like you go a boss and he's just really nasty hard. He does a lot of damage and has a lot of life.
Not in the sense where you have to grind him out. Like in Destiny,
I don't know. I had to grind.
You also played the game for about a half hour, so
wait, much longer.
In
45 minutes.
In Destiny, if you haven't played it, which I'm sure friggin' everybody's played that game by now.
Nope.
You know, I remember even in the beta, that was my big complaint. It was like, all right, there's that spider tank boss. Literally, team of 4 guys had to shoot this. You have to shoot this thing, even if it in its weak points and everything. You have to shoot this thing for like a solid.
What does it do though? Does it just like?
It just kind of turns around and blows you up in one shot. And its attacks are really telegraphed, and you can dodge everything and whatever. But it's a bullet sponge. Like it's the definition. Huh?
It like
you
dances.
Telegraphed?
Telegraph.
Is that the word?
No, it's choreographed.
It's choreographed.
Telegraph is a postcard.
I know.
It's really
it's like they send out the attacks through postcards. And you get it in the mail like a week later, and you open it and it explodes.
That'd be cool.
It's like,
I'd be fine with that.
I got a package.
Whatever. Anyway, and you had to shoot this thing for like 50, not even exaggerating, around 15 minutes of running in a circle around this thing, or just camping in one spot,
holding R2,
and then peeking out, shooting at it, and then dodging its one-hit kill bullet, and then, you know, just doing that. And it was boring as frick. You know, and in the Souls games, you know, you have to learn their patterns and dodge everything and actively fight it. It's not like, I gotta just shoot this guy for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're developers. We want to strategize.
Exactly. Like
our own way.
I mean, I know a lot of people are stupid. You know, most people who play Destiny are probably stupid. Everybody. No.
There goes the viewers.
Yeah. Yep. Just see ya. Beep. Where you just lost every subscriber ever. All 17 of them. Anyway. Yeah, don't do that. I want to think. I want enemies to think and try to outthink me. I don't want to have to shoot them for a billion years. You know?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
Spider Tank smarter than you?
Huh?
Spider Tank smarter than you?
It's probably. It's I don't know.
Thanks for watching us gripe about things that gamers hate.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Really?
That's pretty much it. Please like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. It means a lot. And we'll see you next week when we talk about other stuff that has to do with electronic entertainment.
Also, if you guys have any ideas on things you would like to see us do, things for us to talk about, please let us know. Please leave it in the comments. We'll definitely take it into consideration.
Maybe.
You're frozen? All right, see you later.